Hello. I'm right here in front of First Christian Church here in Bonner Springs, the church that I serve. For whatever reason, the camera's showing things backwards of the sign that says First Christian Church. We've got another sign over here, the marquee sign, and just encouraging people to consider us to be a part of the ministry we have at First Christian Church. I want to speak about why church is important. I want to start off in a less than pleasant way. And that is, I know that many of you have experienced church in an unhappy way. That you have not felt that you belong there. You felt like that you've been mistreated. That you don't agree with what's going on, and that people did not respect you for what you believed in. You felt like that they really didn't care much about getting involved in the community. And that the list goes on the different ways that people have become unhappy with the church. And so I want to give full acknowledgement to that. But I want to encourage you to be thinking about that as a follower of Jesus. It's not just simply believing in Jesus and quote, being a good person, which it is all that, but it's much more. When we look at the Bible, when we look in the Old Testament, when we look at the story of Jesus' life, he was not a lone ranger. He brought people together to be in community, and that continued after he died. And that to be a part of any organization, be it a church, or be it a volunteer organization, or to be in business, whatever the setting may be, doesn't mean that things are going to go perfectly. There's no such place that's perfect. But what I can say is that there is a place for you, that there's a church for you, that you can feel like that you're a part of what they are doing, that you feel like people acknowledge who you are as an individual, that it's an opportunity that you feel day in and day out that the church is speaking to you, that you can feel Christ's presence in that church. That is a congregation that is doing wonderful things within the community. It's a church that is humble, doesn't think it's better than anyone else. Now, I'm not saying that the first church that you go to, if you've not been to one for a while or never been to one, is going to be the right fit. But I encourage you to give it a try, not just after one attempt or 4 attempts, but do it multiple times. And I truly believe that in time you'll find that right church that God wants you to be a part of. Of course, I can't help but not do a little promo for our church. We're here at First Christian Church, 148 Nettleton, Bonner Springs, Kansas. And our worship time is at 10:30, and that we have a bunch of different small groups. And that we're right now in the process of working through in understanding as to the kind of church that God wants us to become in the future, or to become a church really even right now. And I'll be talking more about that over the next few weeks. But the real pitch I'm making right now is that if you've gotten out of the habit, if you are disaffected, if you've been upset with the church, and for legitimate reasons, whatever that might be, that you give it a try, that you don't give up, that when you're a part of a fellowship that really cares about each other, that really cares about what goes on in the community and world, is an amazing experience. Again, it won't be perfect, but I encourage you to give a consideration of going out and trying out different churches and see which one you feel like where God is wanting you to be. Again, this is episode number 9. I encourage you to share this if you find this to be helpful, and that if you got comments, please share them down the bottom. If you've got disagreements, or if you want just to talk to me more, you can just private message me. whatever that you want to do in terms of communicating. And also, if you got ideas for future talks for me to have, I'm more than willing. In fact, I would love to hear about it and share it with all of you as to other topics for me to pursue in doing Work Curious, because this is not about me. This is about all of us. And so God bless you. Much love, and talk to you later.